howdy homesteaders, welcome back to Peaks Peak. We are up here at the pond today working on a project that you're going to be checking out in another series. But while I was doing this work, I thought of a couple things that I wanted to share about using the backhoe. A couple of things that just make it a little bit easier. So that's what we're going to share with you today. I have a video showing how to move the backhoe where you don't have to climb off of the seat and release your brake, turn the seat around and move the thing forward and then hop back on, flip the seat back around and all that. Shows you how to move it by using the arm and to do it safely. However, you're not always in a situation where you can do that. Sometimes you're working on the edge of a steep bank where it's just not safe to operate that way, or maybe you're just doing little things and kind of moving around a stump, and so you're gonna have to move the tractor often anyway. So the first tip I wanted to share is in those circumstances, instead of turning the seat around, if I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time in the seat, I'm not too worried about being all that comfortable. I just fold the seat down and sit on the back of the seat, do my digging, fold the seat back up, drive it forward, fold it back down again. Because it's a lot quicker and easier than turning it around. So if you're going to be digging, not a trench, but say digging out a stump like we're doing here today, that's a perfect way to save yourself a little bit of time and effort in not having to spin that seat around. Now, the other tip that I wanted to share is, you know, the reach of these backhoes is not very long. And a lot of times your waste pile that you're digging out of the hole starts to get in the way of where you're digging, and you don't want it falling back in the hole and all of that. And all of you who run equipment and backhoes, this is just common knowledge to you, I'm sure, already. But it took me a while to figure this out, so I wanted to share it. And that is, instead of trying to dump the dirt farther away and spread your pile out and all of that, if you just put your full bucket full of dirt right down in the middle of your waste pile, then as you do the dump feature and your bucket rolls back, it's going to push that dirt that's on the pile a little bit further away and then dump the current bucket right where you moved the dirt that was already there. So instead of trying to dump in different locations all the time, if you just put your bucket back in the same spot every time and just keep dumping, you'll use the power of the hydraulics to just push that pile back as you dump the next bucket of dirt. And that comes in really handy when you're digging in one location and you don't want to have to stop, turn around and get your bucket and scoop all the dirt out of the way and start over. You can continue to dump that bucket in the same spot and your backhoe bucket will push that dirt out of the way, and that way it saves you just a little bit of effort there as well. So let me show you how that works. So this is just one of those little time savers that most people are going to figure out eventually if you run enough. But if you're new to operating, you may not think of that right away, and so you pile your dirt until the pile gets so big it's wanting to fall back in the hole, and then you stop and you try to move your pile with the front bucket. And I did that for a while before I figured out that I don't have to do that. I just take my backhoe bucket, put it right in the middle of the pile, and let it push it out of the way for me. You can build a much bigger waste pile that way. So hope you found this tip interesting and helpful. Be sure and subscribe if you're not already. We try to share little tips that we've learned by using our Kubota BX23S, and I'm telling you, this thing is a lifesaver around the homestead, that's for sure. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I appreciate y'all watching. You all have a good day.